do you want to build? Capricorn Full Moon. This lunation asks you one burning question. What am I building now that will truly last? Do my plans match my ambition? This Capricorn Full Moon illuminates what we've been constructing in our lives and asks us to reflect on what we are shown. Are our goals, plans and projects built to endure? Are we climbing towards something that, under pressure, might crumble? We're gifted time to pause, survey what we've built so far, as well as who we collaborate with, and ask if it still reflects who we are and where we want to go. Is something showing up now and asking for an adjustment, or can you take it even further? Where are your dreams heading, and are you building the structures that will support them? Thank you for joining me. I'm your host, Sonia from Celestia Astrology. If you find this helpful or useful in any way, please do remember to like, subscribe, and comment with a moon emoji or a Capricorn gift to show that this has resonated for you. And do share your Capricorn full moon stories. I'd love to hear how this moon is affecting you. Capricorn is cardinal earth, yin and enduring. Ruled by Saturn, the planet of time, it leads by creating real, tangible things. Its yin, or feminine nature, means it does so quietly, without fuss, reflectively and methodically, maybe even behind the scenes. It's not loud or showy, but deeply committed to work that matters. The Capricorn sea goat symbol confirms this. It is sure-footed on cliffs, always moving upward, and not deterred by barriers or challenges. The sea goat reminds us that sometimes ambition and enduring work need patience and strategic caution. Slow progress is certain progress. The cardinal nature reminds us that we have 6 months until Capricorn season arrives at a turning of the wheel of the year, a pivot point. For those of us in the northern hemisphere, it marks the winter solstice, the shortest day, the peak of winter, and a place where the light prepares to return, although darkness is dominant. Here there may be decay and dormancy, but as the winter stores are used up, plans are made for future harvests to maximise the spring and summer months ahead when the light returns. Capricorn invites us to build our future. For now, we are in Cancer season, as the Sun transits through the opposite axis to Capricorn. But we are reminded of the turning of the wheel during the long, light days of summer. Capricorn invites us to build our future with material evidence and structure rather than with dreams, talk or wishes. This moment of pause and illumination brings inner reflection so we can examine what have we actually done, what enduring foundations and lasting structures have we built, and how do we intend to continue construction? Where are we headed? Is that taking you where you want to go? If not, now is the time to make adjustments and release what you are being shown is leading you in the wrong direction. The nature of full moons and how to work with them. Full moons mark the moment of maximum light in the lunar cycle. The sun fully illuminates the reflective moon, revealing what was hidden at the time of the new moon. This may not always be an easy or comfortable time. The moon is a planet of darkness and the night, and we may have difficulty sleeping or other manifestations around this time. Symbolically, this is a time of culmination or fruition, clarity, insight or realization, sometimes confrontation, crisis or release. Astrologically, they are a moment to pause and see what has become of the seeds planted at the previous new moon. But the story isn't over at the full moon. It then unfolds in 3 key arcs. A 2-week cycle, from this full moon to the coming new moon in Leo on the 24th of July 2025. This is when we process, integrate and act on what has come to light. The 6-month cycle, until the next Capricorn new moon on the 18th of January 2026, a chance to realign long-term projects, adjust strategy, or continue building, or the 9-month cycle, until the last quarter moon at 20 degrees Capricorn. When we ask our overarching question, the full moon answers by showing us what's visible now. The next 2 weeks are for short-term adjustments, usually releasing what isn't working as the moon wanes. The next 6 months are for deeper restructuring, especially for long-range goals, collaborations, or businesses. Dietrich Pessin outlined the concept of moon families in Lunar Shadows 3, showing how a new or full moon can be so much more than a 2-week or 6-month story, also part of a 27-month unfolding story arc around the same degree in the zodiac. The Capricorn moon family timeline. The new moon was on the 11th of January 2024 at 20 degrees of Capricorn, where a seed might have been planted, an intention, or a quiet beginning. The first quarter moon on the 10th of October 2024 at 17 degrees of Capricorn might have been a pivot point of action, tension, choices made to adjust. The full moon on 10th July 2025, 18 degrees of Capricorn, is now. The project, plan or goal is visible, for better or worse. And the last quarter moon will be on the 10th of April 2026 at 20 degrees of Capricorn, a time of integration, harvest and release. For those with planets or angles within 15 to 22 degrees of Capricorn, Cancer, Aries or Libra, that is most likely to be impactful. Make a note of the dates or check back in your journal or photos to see if the new moon and first quarter moon dates tell you part of the story. Also, if Saturn is your Lord of the Year, or if you have planets or angles in the Earth trilogy at those degrees, that is Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. You may now feel the urge to review decisions or pivot towards a goal initiated in January 2024. Do you know what house Capricorn is in for your natal or birth chart? This will tell you more about what themes might arise. You can book a reading with me, an astrologer or an astro coach to explore this further. I have YouTube videos you can watch to learn how to cast a chart and identify the houses so you can identify what themes to expect, and the links will be in the show notes. I also have an astro coaching workbook that can help you work and co-create with the lunations. You can either purchase it at my Ko-fi shop or download it for free when you upgrade your subscription on Substack to paid and financially support my work. I keep the subscription at the lowest possible cost that Substack allows because I know things are tight, so I throw in as many things that I think you might enjoy as possible. So there's an astrology readings discount, there's a live monthly Zoom Q&A meetings to build community, and you can also ask horror-y questions by donation to keep everything as low cost as possible for you. So working with the moon family and cycles, in the next 2 weeks between this full moon and the new moon in Leo, you might want to process what has come to light, to adjust, prune or release, or double down on your realistic plans. You might have honest conversations with collaborators about what's realistic in the light of what has become visible. Making small edits now can prevent bigger structural problems becoming apparent later. Over the next 6 months until the Capricorn new moon in January 2026. What does the full moon show about your efforts since January 2024? As you review this, you might decide, are these results strong, or do they reveal flaws you were unaware of in the blueprint? What adjustments are you now aware are needed? Continue building what's strong and working for you. Restructure projects that feel unsustainable. Revisit your original intention from January 2024. Does it still inspire you? Have you been shown a new vision or goal, or a fork in the path? Adjust as needed. Over the moon family's full 27 months, finishing April 2026, have your plans matured into something real or stayed just an idea? What are you now ready to release? What have you outgrown or completed? And what do you want to carry forward? Where can you revise, gather help, or change course? What is worth finishing and what may need letting go? What you began as a blueprint in January 2024 should by then become something real, launched, established or matured. By the last quarter you'll know what stands and what was never meant to last. Throughout this time, return to the overarching question time and again. What am I building now that will truly last? Do my plans match my ambition? It's not a single answer, but a compass to navigate each phase. Continue to review, reflect and adjust as you go. Capricorn 2, the decan of ambitious works. This full moon falls in the second decan of Capricorn, co-ruled by Mars and Venus. This moon carries the story of collective effort, structured ambition, and teamwork. Mars brings the drive, passion, and ambition, while Venus brings harmony and aesthetic appeal to projects and brings people together in collaboration. Saturn is the ruler of the sign Capricorn, with Mars as the exalted ruler. Saturn rules time, discipline, hard work, and so offers the tools, together with the Decan rulers, for our ambitious works. Austin Coppock calls it the pyramid, calling to mind structures built stone by stone over long periods of time, representing vision, collaboration, planning, and manual labour. He describes it as visions of what might be wrought upon the earth, blueprints as a type of revelation. From these visions come the necessity of gathering the resources and power to make the project real, the design manifest. Kira Ryberg calls it ambition, noting that Mars, as co-ruler of the Decan, as well as exalted ruler of Capricorn, can make us bolder here than usual. The influence of Mars gives one the audacity to think that they can achieve the impossible, and as a result they often forge new ground that was previously inconceivable to others. The World Way Oracle from Nicola Allen names it ambitious works, with the keywords material manifestation, teamwork, project management. The image from the Wild Way shows and I apologise if I pronounce this wrong, capercaillie, alone, among bare trees in the snow. The perfect place has been found, and now it is time to prepare to build. It reminds us that ambition must be paired with preparation and realism to find material success. Capercaillie has grand plans. Are they realistic? Double-check your blueprint. Consult experts. Gather a good team before you commence. Returning to our overarching question, we may learn from this decan the need to prepare carefully, gather support, and to test our plan. We also need to allow enough time to build our dream. Tarot, Three of Pentacles, craft, collaboration, and construction. The Three of Pentacles shows three figures building together. They examine an art structure with three decorative coins. One holds tools of his trade and stands on a bench. Another appears to hold the blueprints for the work. We may see those figures in collaboration as the architect, the craftsman, and maybe the overseer. The card speaks to collaboration between vision and execution, careful planning, and taking pride in quality craftsmanship. It reminds us that lasting works cannot be achieved through solo efforts alone. Teamwork supports the vision and shows how Mars and Venus can come together well in collaboration. Reflecting on the lesson from the card and our question, we may ask, am I carrying this alone out of pride, or inviting in the skills, advice, and collaboration that could make it stronger? What would help you achieve your goals and aims? There are no trick questions, just honest reflection. T. Susan Chang, Dreaming the Decans, My Claim. T. Susan Chang captures the essence of this decan in her verse. Understanding, sure as stone, inhabits the construction zone. Chains of iron, towers of steel, produce the form within the real. Collaboration looks like this, step by step, an edifice. Two coins are buried, one displayed. The work is done, the record made. Standing in the door I frame, the three dimensions of my claim. These lines remind us that what we build in this decan is not just an idea or an intention, but something solid, material, measured, and hopefully enduring. The hidden coins speak to effort unseen, planning, and hours that will never make it into the final product. The displayed coin is the visible outcome that the world recognizes. What am I building now that will truly last? Do my plans match my ambition? Becomes a meditation on visible legacy and invisible labour. Capricorn 2 isn't only about success, but about the discipline, teamwork, and slow craftsmanship that make something real and lasting. It's the difference between building a monument and chasing a moment. Aspects, the astrological conversation. This decan's rulers, Mars, planet of drive, conflict and focus, and Venus, planet of cooperation and beauty, offer nuance to the astrological conversation for this full moon. Mars in Virgo trines the moon, offering disciplined, detailed support and practical drive. As the exaltation ruler of Capricorn, Mars offers momentum and inspiration for action. This trine grounds our ambition into concrete steps, strategizing, editing, and refining the plan. This aspect can answer part of our guiding question: are my plans supported by consistent effort and methodical execution, or just wishful thinking? Venus in Gemini is averse to the moon and sun. This may mean it has no line of sight or way to connect in conversation. This may mean that collaboration or ease with others may not naturally appear. You may need to consciously seek out the support you need, as well as ensuring you are not sidetracked by distracting information. Supportive harmony and sense of shared vision may feel missing. Collaborations could feel scattered, or relationships may be more transactional. Some may come to a natural end at this time. Where do I need to actively cultivate connection, feedback, or team spirit, rather than assuming it will happen naturally? How can I do this? Full moon squares ruler Saturn in Aries conjunct Neptune, creating a tense whole sign T-square between the moon, sun, and Saturn. There may be tension between plans, idealism, and reality. There may be a pull towards new ideas and ways to do things, and a tension with the old, tried and tested methods that must be worked out now. The need for speed may also clash with taking time to do a job well. There can be frustration if reality, Saturn, clashes with the dream, Neptune, or the discipline required feels too challenging. Ask, where am I clinging to unrealistic plans? Do my ambitions need grounding or a more compassionate approach to limits? Moon applying to sextile North Node in Pisces. You may find small, fated opportunities opening up for you when you can align ambition with purpose and bigger dreams. The North Node shows where the eclipses will be guiding fated change for the next 2 years of your life. Small, seemingly insignificant events grow to become significant in your life. This asks you to surrender and trust, but also to walk through opening doors. Sun is co-present with exalted Jupiter in Cancer, showing us how emotional intelligence and care-based leadership can guide growth in oppositional tension with the needs of the ambitious moon. Jupiter in Cancer brings emotional intelligence, connections with roots, lineage, and family. The sun here lights up the moon's opposing sign. Ambition must balance with care, legacy, and belonging. We might turn the jewel and look at another angle of our question. Am I building something purely material, or something emotionally meaningful too, that connects with deeper layers of self? Astro coaching, journal prompts and ritual suggestion. Who do I need on my team to make this work? How can I best build the collaboration needed? What practical next step can I take today? Am I over-idealizing my goals, or can I accept practical limits? The Saturn-Neptune square to the moon and the sun. Do I have a detailed plan, or just an idea or dream? Mars trine moon. Where do I feel unsupported, and how can I ask for help? Venus averse to moon and sun. What small fated door might be opening, and am I willing or brave enough to step through? Moon sextile North Node. Ritual. Stone and blueprint. Light a candle. Place a stone beside it. This symbolizes the enduring part of your plan. Write your main goal on a piece of paper. Beneath the goal, list the 3 most important, realistic steps. You may wish to inscribe or mark a sigil on the stone to represent your plan. Whisper to the stone, step by step, I build what matters. Or something similar that resonates for you. Meditate, holding a vision of your plan coming together. Express gratitude to Saturn, Moon, Mars and Venus as your collaborators. Keep this paper with the stone on top near your workplace as a reminder. Thoughts on the gifts collaboration. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. An African proverb. At every stage of this writing, we've returned back to the same question. What am I building now that will truly last? Do my plans match my ambition? It isn't a question to ask yourself once. It's one to return to as projects evolve, as collaborations form or fade, and as reality tests your vision. In our Astrology Kairos Astrology Collective, we are currently reviewing how we want to take the Astrology Weekly Update Guide forward. As an Aries moon, I'm not the only one bringing the spark of initiation to the group. Ideas may be too many, but others hold a longer-term, more workable vision, and I see those sparks take form as these discussions evolve. Those of us with the fixed or earth placements are possibly the ones who ensure the work gets done to bring those ideas into reality. We ensure a structure is in place to keep the flow and good intentions going. It is #AstrologyGood that we are doing this reviewing process under the light of this Capricorn full moon, so entwined with themes of collaboration and sustainable structure. Part of our conversations have been to share more of our individual work also on the Ask platform, and so a Leo new moon will be a good place to begin sharing these lunation posts. Subscribers to Celestial Astrology will continue to receive them as normal, and I hope you will enjoy the wider base of work that Ask will begin to offer you if you are also subscribed there and can share in the work of my 4 talented colleagues. If not, please do subscribe now so you don't miss out. We aim to keep our collective vision, share the collaborative load, and still bring quality astrology information to you on a weekly basis. Watch the Astrology Kairos space in August as it takes form. Final thoughts, returning to the question. Under this Capricorn full moon in the 2nd decan, the pyramid, the builder's workshop, the snowy wood, we are shown the shape of our work so far. Decan rulers Mars provides details and focus from Virgo. Venus reminds us that teamwork matters, even if it's not always easy or behind the scenes, or we are working harder to find it right now. A Saturn square, especially from the ruler of Capricorn, will test our resolve. Do you really want this? And how much does it mean for you? The moon's sextile to the North Node offers subtle openings if we can align that effort with our wider purpose. As the moon family cycle unfolds, maybe we keep asking, am I building for show or building to last? It invites calm reflection, practical planning, and a willingness to revise, recommit, and connect with our values and compassion, so that what stands at the end isn't just built, but built well and meets all of our needs. Travel well, friends. If you've enjoyed this, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment with a moon emoji, and share your story if you have one. I've just added a new 15-minute one-question reading. We can meet on Zoom, or you can choose a pre-recorded reading. You can find this at celestiaastrology.com. I also offer horary questions by donation to my paid subscribers on Substack, if you prefer to have your question answered by a chart of the moment. My Guardian reading is still available to subscribers on Substack by donation as well. So do find me over there on Substack and do reach out to me with any questions. Thank you so much for joining me.